Well, good afternoon. This is Sahara, and I'm welcoming you to your new Miracle Mini Minute. We last left off with this dreadful image. Do not take this with you in your dreams tonight. This is part of Putin's Russia, and this is what Trump wants for this country. Now, we want to ask why. This was a method that I made for psychic visions as a tutorial on how to have them yourself, and I did it in February. And when I was doing it, I saw happy little tugboats going across the Atlantic towing big oil barges. And it was like a cartoon, almost like a Popeye cartoon, with the happy little tugboats as if it was a child's vision. And I wondered what we've just, oil has taken a terrible hit with, I mean, really, good thing too, with solar panels and fuel efficient cars and electric cars. And so gas prices have gone down, and to be invested in oil is not real smart. At least it was that way at the beginning of the year. And don't you know, after I had this vision and posted the one about the happy tugboats, about 5 days later, Trump signed into law that he put on terrible tariffs on solar panels and taxes and all kinds of things to ruin the solar panel trade. Why would he do that? And then we started veering more towards an oil-based economy. It's exactly what we want to get away from. Why in the world would he do that? Why would he put taxes and tariffs on solar panels? Because he had been cozying up to Putin, and Putin's vision of the world is this. What do you think of this? Is this the world you want for your grandchildren? Or will there even be a world for them? There's a reason why, and it was made clear by the Weather Channel's HBO, sent by Mary Ann Redding, and this explains why this will make Russia the king of the world. And of course, that's what they want, is world dominance, and they will, because in the Arctic there is so much oil, and it has to be shipped out via the Baltic Sea. Well, they can't get to the oil well because it's frozen all the time. As well, the Black Sea is frozen most of the year. What happens if you have the Earth heating up and the ice melting? Russia has access to all those oil-rich fields, and they can ship it all out through the Black Sea much easier all the time. They then own the world economically, and they can take over the world easily. Now, why would Trump be happy about that? This is the big question in our current politics, and we're going to see how those things work out. But that's what Russia's up to. What they're dumping into it's their joy to dump terrible stuff into the oceans and the air, and they want us to do it too. Hence, because of Trump and his cronies, we have been waging a war on the environment, which is a tragedy, but economically feasible for Putin. So if you want to understand the motivations behind the kind of insanity that we're seeing, and we're wrecking our rivers and our environment in the United States, and Russia is having a blast dumping that terrible stuff into the ocean, the air, you name it. It's to their benefit. Everybody warms up, but they live on a frozen tundra, and in the last mini minute we went over why methane gas could literally bring fire and brimstone in the air. Next we have a vision I had back in July. It was, I saw an earthquake. I don't want to see earthquakes. I live in California. Well, I live on this planet. We've had enough of that. And with this kind of craziness of wrecking the environment, and there's some more coming on the Pacific Rim, and I've outlined them for future mini minutes. This is July 5th. Let's see, I've got the date up here. And I also have the timestamp. Let me see. I saw the blue line is my drawing. The red line is the San Andreas Fault, and it shows that where earthquake activity has shown up in the past, and there's been famous earthquakes. And I saw a line going really from Los Angeles up to past Riverside, but immediately was in this area. That's just not too good. Such a populated area, and down here in south of that, and there's very populated. So clean up our act on the planet. Maybe we can make this not be so frightening. Believe it or not, I've been wanting to move up to Los Angeles for personal reasons, and but after I had this vision, I changed my plans. So, and mind you, these visions through my dreams happen pretty within, really almost sometimes right away, but most certainly within 6 months. And this one does depend on how we treat Mother Earth. And right now, well, you'd have to keep up with my mini minutes, because it's explained in previous ones and in future ones. Now this is time stamped for July, and this is like fun. We like fun things. Well, it's not fun because it involves earthquakes, but I don't see a great loss. Well, we'll see. I saw a red line along the entire west coast of South America, and it runs, I guess, the Andes Mountains down through Peru, which is beautiful terrain. And what happens is some of these earthquakes, some of them turn into landslides, and there's a reason for it. There's going to be some landslides in central and northern California. I haven't had time to cover that yet. But with these earthquakes, some gold will be discovered in different areas. So we end up having a gold rush. Very nice for the people that live there. Please subscribe so you can stay tuned to what's hot and what's not out there in dreamland, and more explanations as to why these dreams are being known not only to me but to other people. You'll see the little arrow on the right hand side pointing to the little Zen kitty cat who says that was Zen and this is meow. So press that. You might hear the little kitty saying meow. people have reported to me when they subscribe they hear a meow sound. So I have a magic cat. And I'll see you for the next mini minute. There's much more, always much more coming from Dreamland.